Welcome, other side of Vegas. Roy Evans.
Bruno Browning.
Raphael Laguerre. Man.
Etta Carina.
Yeah, that's not your job. That's okay.
Oh,
My bad. Just trying to help.
yeah, no. It's all great.
What does Roy say? Get it in where you fit it in?
Get in where you fit in. Exactly. Exactly.
Dude, is it just me or has it been it seemed like a long time since the last show? Why is that? What's going on? Am I becoming more boring? Just because I'm looking forward to this every week? Or
Pretty much. Well, actually, for me personally, it seems like it's been forever since the last one because there's been so much in between. You know, there's been so much
Here we go.
life in between, which is a good thing. You know,
You've been busy.
Yeah.
You've been busy. Busy.
But Vegas has been busy. What have we had since the last episode? We've had Jason.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Jason, you were awesome.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something.
Jason,
We expect Jason to be awesome. I expect you to be awesome. One of the best it's ever heard. Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, Jason, you were amazing. Don't get it twisted, but you got expected to be amazing. Yeah, that was. So were you, but that was the best it's ever heard in my life.
Thank you.
An hour feeling like that, man.
It was fun.
Yeah, dude, it was
It was
amazing.
fun.
You know me, I'm not Johnny Compliment.
He is not. Which makes it a little more special. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was a fun night.
Yeah. What else we had since then? We had a takeover at Nacho House. Me and Casey Beets.
Mm-hmm.
Our Nacho House came in by invitation to a Cymatic session for these guys, who are the purveyors of that awesome party. Fun, except for the mixer.
Man, you got something against Allen and Heath?
Well, combined with that sound system, it don't make no sense.
It's debatable. I see, you know.
We're pros though. We had a good time. That was real fun. I always enjoy coming and playing out with you guys, man. So
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say just how unprepared I am.
Oh, do you really miss something else? I can tell you, there's something else you're missing.
Huh?
There's something else you're missing, and I don't find it surprising that he's missing this. Those of you who watch the show, there's been a little rift between us about who all he's opened up for.
Okay. So I mean, you know,
Let's start there.
it took a while for me to catch that.
Yeah,
I'm like, subliminal.
Because it's not really
Oh,
a
okay.
rift. It's not really a rift.
We grabbed that out of the air. I'm like, what is he talking about? I don't want no fucking money. Okay. Yeah, we also had Sneak and Mark Carina here at Brooklyn Bowl.
He saved the day. That's what he does.
We can't be a community if we don't act like it.
Damn, true.
You know, I was
Give me a t-shirt.
It should.
A t-shirt.
Yeah, Brooklyn Bowl on Mark's birthday with Sneak was last year at Palm Springs, this year here, and I was fortunate enough to be able to open up for Mark and Sneak. So finally, I can't bust his balls now about opening up for Mark, but I will be moving on to Doc.
Marty Marr, you hear that? Before I go any further, because this may help my memory, because
Yep.
you know we set this off.
Yep, set it off.
We set it off. I'm just, all I need now is goddamn one
Ice
of those
cream.
little tuck shirts and a fucking bow tie.
What's he on?
You know, if
I don't even know what he's talking about
you
right now.
knock out the rest, those two. Got me
Oh,
serving
man.
y'all motherfuckers.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus.
boss. Get right on it, boss.
You gotta start doing these interviews at people's houses.
Yeah, y'all don't want us to.
that way nobody has to leave after all these drinks.
All right. See,
Cheers.
It's been a while.
All right.
I think we're good now. Hey, where have you been playing? You played outside of Vegas too, a couple places. You had a couple of good events, so I know we don't. But you are part of Vegas, obviously. You were going on and on with your batteries charged.
I was.
I know that was a good thing because it was a little. We both were a little stressed, as we all do, and you needed to get away.
Oh yeah.
And you came back all. He was almost talking about plur and shit.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that I did a festival out in Snowflake, Arizona called Saguaro Man.
Ironically.
And I literally came straight back to play with Jason Hodges.
Well worth
So
it.
I was still on one, you know, like even though I, drove 6 hours, it was still like, I felt like Beavis. Let me at him.
You came in. He showed off. It was awesome.
It was fun, though. You know, and plus, I don't know about anybody else, but for me in particular, from opening up for a headliner, I mean, I want to have fun, but I still got to kind of dial it back a little bit.
Well, that's what I do. No lube, DJ. No lube.
He just goes in.
Listen,
Yo, his first track.
I knew I had a limited amount of
Like,
time.
he banged it right on in. I was like, all right, no lube, huh?
Hey, it worked. Hey, listen, I had an hour.
No
That was
time
it.
before
I had 1 hour.
We're not here that long.
Dude, I was like a 17-year-old prom night, baby. Jackhammer mode, straight.
Man.
Oh man, so yeah, it's been a busy month. It's even a busier. Our last month, busy spring. A lot of things happening. A lot of cool things we're working on for this month. There's a lot going on for this month. I mean, a crazy lot. You know, but, I mean, no, at least it feels that way to me. Just working on projects in the studio, outside the studio, gigs and stuff like that. It's one of those that at least for me personally, I'll take on some projects and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have Should have said no. Well, you know that. I turned down a gig today. I've never done that. It was a local gig, and I told the person, I was like, listen, I really appreciate you want me to come out and play, and I will, but you're not going to get the full stroke in here. I'm going to have to half step it, and I don't want to do that. And they were cool about it. So kudos for them for being cool. I'm not going to say a name, but kudos for me, because I need to learn how to do that a little bit more. Because I
think we all do.
Hey, I want to talk about one of your guys, DJs, no headphones. I mean, Sebastian. I was proud of that youngster.
Yeah.
First off, I'm the wrong guy to come to when they say, hey, I don't have headphones. I immediately pull out my phone, show him a picture of my studio with 4. I'm like, well, this is the standard. I don't have headphones. but I was busting his chops because I like that kid so much, because ever since the first time I saw him with those glasses on in front of the decks, and he was feeling it, man. I don't like to cue off a dude when I'm playing, but I was cueing off him. I hate to admit it. There was no chicks that was dancing with that much energy like that. I mean, he was enjoying himself. Didn't know that he played. I don't know how long he's been playing.
This is learning.
Yeah.
Really just at home. We gave him basically his first try at DCR with us on a Tuesday one night. And
did he do it like this? Like the first time ever? No, the balls that he had to say, you know what, I'm going to go straight into CDJs?
Actually, no, he used his laptop. So it was a little easier. But, I mean, he's used to just playing at home for no one. And then having to play for a crowd and having to control that aspect of
and to have like me, you, and her right in front of going.
That kind of changed everything for him. So at the end of his set, I asked him how did he like it. And it makes you or break you. Are you going to like it or not at this point? And he still didn't like it. And he said what I thought he would say, like, man, I didn't know it was going to be that tough. You know, after a while, like having to continue controlling the crowd and playing the right stuff.
Well, still haven't realized that. I've been playing for 20 years.
So he got that part of it.
He did pretty good. Like, he did really good for someone who said, this is my first time playing home.
Yeah, actually, when he played for you guys, he kind of threw him to the wolves.
That's what I'm talking about.
He had to play on a rotary, and he's never touched the rotary mixer at all. Probably never seen one in his life.
Yes.
And he had a flash drive too, so he probably expected something that was more familiar.
Gab tabs him by fire, man.
Yeah, so.
And he still did great.
He did really, really good. I was surprised when I heard that was the variables in the equation. I'm like, wow, you guys are assholes. Just throw them into the like, damn. That's like the old like in the 70s, they're throwing your kids into the pools. Like, learn how to swim in the river or wherever. That's like sink or swim, flight or flight.
He held it down. He didn't quit. He
held it down better than some.
He faced it.
He has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
He has a lot of heart.
I like that kid.
Yeah.
I kind of cheered him on from the side a little bit and made sure he was okay.
We cheered him on like we did right in front of him.
Like
we're like this.
Sure he was good and knew that he had the support and everything. And
yeah.
You guys doing good. You guys doing good slowly bringing him up. You can tell that you guys got some real love and show a lot of love for his craft and the kid. You can tell it's obvious.
Yeah, there's a couple artists that we've had play. It was like their first time, or they just moved to Vegas and were looking for a home. We put them on, and they turned out to actually be really good.
And now we're playing.
Yeah, Jordan Handel actually turned out to be amazing.
That guy.
You know what makes it really?
I say that every time.
Or should I say what makes it a lot easier or makes it better is that perfect example, Sebastian. He's a dancer.
Yes. so he.
You know what? I
Feels
never
it.
thought about that.
Probably
He
knows,
is.
probably know
Yeah.
what you want to
You
hear.
know, so
Yes.
whether it
Uh-huh.
be, I mean, even if you take away preference, he knows what it's like to innately move to
Yes.
music.
Almost the
He
crafting,
can't
the
help
crafting of the
himself.
set.
Yes.
It's almost the crafting of the set. He's got that
Yes.
internally almost.
He'd
'Cause
probably be a really good selector.
You know
You
what I
know,
mean? Like,
I mean, he can't help himself.
Yes.
yeah.
When you play good music, it speaks to him.
Yep.
So even if he has to play something that he may not normally prefer to listen to,
Right.
because that's different. Like if you're a dancer and you got this eclectic range of shit that you enjoy,
Right.
when it's time to DJ, sometimes you gotta
Dial that back.
especially in the beginning. You can't really play for yourself in the beginning.
Well, because
That
you
doesn't
don't
mean
have
that
the
you have
ass to
to-
do it.
It doesn't
Long
mean you have to
times.
completely conform either. But there's like this gray area where, it has to be somewhere in the realm of what you like, but you're willing to go a little left, a little right,
on the
every now
lighter
and then.
side.
I never had the ass to
Right.
do it when I first started. There's things I wanted to do, but I didn't have the ass to back it up. I'm like, man, I don't want to do. I want to do this, this, this. Then I started playing. I'm like, wow, that's harder than I thought it was. Some people DJs have been making that look a lot easier than I thought. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna just play deep for a while then, because that's easy as shit. You know what I mean? Nah, it's easier.
Yeah.
You don't think it's easier? It's like
Deeper?
Well, not really. So it's like playing techno.
It's for me. It's like it's a little more linear in my. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but it seems like it's a little more linear. For me, maybe it's just because I don't do it that well, and I just think I have been for all these years. But it seems not to be as. It seems to be less of a challenge. At least in my. I get bored easier.
You know what?
I mean,
I can go for that.
Yeah,
I can go for
I don't know if
that.
that's the right
Because
verbiage.
the thing is that deep traditionally, compared to, let's say, jacking, it's deep. It's not as fun. Jacking's more fun.
Because you're doing
where
more.
you can play more. It lends itself to being played with more.
Right.
And more
So
different
jacking
genres.
comes with a little more lube than deep does.
You were doing so well with such a beautiful way to put that. That you
I
had to
gotta
just
fuck it up somehow.
That's what I was trying to say.
But deep kind of
Comes with
speaks on its own. There's no fucking with it to a certain extent.
It's like a good steak.
It's
You don't
just
need, if you
no
put
salt
right-
and pepper,
yeah,
olive oil, call it a day.
exactly.
No salt and pepper, get the fuck off me. Leave me alone.
And
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I can go for that.
I love
Okay.
this analogy.
I
Now I'm
had to
hungry.
work that whole theory out, but yeah.
Next
okay.
episode stinks.
Listen, this episode,
Yeah. So to finish the fact that I'm so ill prepared, because I want to get into what's coming up. I do know that one thing that's monumental, Soul Kitchen, 14-year anniversary
Yes.
on the 18th,
Amazing.
I'll be
third
there.
Thursday of the month, every fucking month at the Vanguard.
laying it down, Jack.
I mean, it's just one of those things where we don't have a lot to really hang our hats on being in Vegas, even though I'm not from Vegas, but I'm
That's
in
one.
Vegas, so it ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know who said that.
That's definitely
But-
one.
But I'm in Vegas, I rep Vegas, and we don't have a lot to hang our hat on, but we do have Soul Kitchen, Edgar Reyes, 14 years, deep, soulful, funky house night,
I love that guy too.
14 years. I mean, that's, and it's not really just 14 years of existing. It's 14 years of thriving.
Because
and
those are two
growing.
separate kettles of fish right there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the same as getting old. Just because you managed to survive this long.
Just talking about this.
The 18th is going to be a good night. I'm going to be there. I'm sure we're all going to be there. It's going to be super, super fun. That's it's. I got a lot of respect for anyone doing something that long, that
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
And this is the anniversary month.
It is an anniversary month.
That's right. I didn't realize that for a couple years
we-
ago.
Honestly, everyone thought that this particular label was defunct, but apparently, no, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
But somebody's celebrating 11 years
That's right.
of Soul Supplement Records. This dude over here,
123, I think we're on right now.
123.
123
Releases?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a lot. 56 artists, 6 continents.
It's
Just
gonna be-
pure, just hard headedness. I just won't quit.
It's gonna be this dude here with my dude Wally Calario, Steve Sinful.
Well, no,
And,
we're celebrating that at Club 27, and it's not a big celebration this year because my OCD won't allow.
Oh, so you're doing the anniversary at 27.
Yeah, it's a low key
that's
deal.
another thing we got coming up.
It's a low key deal.
Yeah.
You know, because
that's not the Wally thing.
No,
that's just something
I
independent.
think the Wally thing is before that, right?
Yeah, it's the 19th.
The 19th. So you got Soul Kitchen on the 18th.
Yeah.
Celebrating 14 years.
And Steve's playing there too.
And then you got that's right. And Steve is going to be there. And you got
he's so good.
The next day you got Steve, Wally, and some scary white dude with dread.
That's racist as hell.
And
well, as a guy that opens up for
racist,
headliners,
man, but it's descriptive.
As a guy that opens up for headliners,
it's not racist when the police go young black male. You know, it's descriptive.
White guy with dreads.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
let me tell you, I've never played with Wally, but that's like one of my favorite cats. Like I get picked more wisdom from stuff that he says on a post that because he's been doing it for a long time and he's so good at what he does. And I may have a soft spot because he picked up one of my early tracks in the day to play out, and I'm like, I'm just like, well, I'm easy. Be pretty and say you like my music. You have a friendly and you know, just you don't have to. I'm saying, girl, you don't have to be pretty. If you're a dude, I'll be. You know, that came out clumsily. You know what the fuck I mean?
I managed to acquire quite a bit of appreciation for Wally after the fact, because granted, he was one of my introductions to West Coast house.
I'm surprised you know his name.
But the thing is that as more time went on, I kept revisiting old shit that made me realize just how seemingly ahead of his time he was. You know, like right now, a few days ago, I was listening to his album Pancho Warwick.
The one with the G's on it. The G's one, or when was that one?
It's the Pancho Warwick where he made a mix of all his tracks, like City District.
Yeah. That was dope.
There was also Hollywood.
Yep.
Hollywood, if Holly could. You know, like...
Well, it was a little bit better than that. But, you know,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was a little loose.
But, you know, the thing about it is that, you know, it took me continuing to grow to be able to go back and appreciate shit that happened, you know, a while ago. But and then on top of that, he's a cool
Yeah,
dude.
he's just a cool cat. Yeah.
So enough stroking Wally.
To be out
I don't even like you like that.
So what else we got going on?
Yeah.
So we get to these guys.
Then after that we have Club 27 coming up.
You'll be out of town, right?
I will.
Again.
Yeah. I got a couple things going on out of town.
Yeah, he does. Not including me.
AC Lounge. With Matthew Bryan and Oscar P.
Oh, you're gonna enjoy that.
Yeah, I'll do that on the 23rd.
You're gonna enjoy that.
And then
House as fuck.
I just caught one.
And then the 25th, Soleil with the Dire Boys, Mikey Town and Allah.
Oh, Mikey Town, huh?
Yeah, great people,
Mikey
great
Town.
vibe.
Oh, I know that name.
Mikey Town's been out here.
Yeah.
Him and Allah.
Yeah.
Tall white kid.
No, Filipino.
Oh, I know Mikey Town.
Yeah.
Won't you make this good? Mikey Town. That's what
How you remember?
That's called a mnemonic device.
Now, I'm old with a bad memory, and I solely rely on word association, but that was extra.
I'm older, huh?
So yeah.
By day?
You're not older.
Oh.
I don't think so.
I'm done.
But hey, I'm not trying to battle for who's older at all. So, being that I'm completely unprepared, we're gonna stop all that shit there because who we got in the building is Cymatic Sessions, Raphael and Kimmy. And,
cool cat, always working so well.
Sorry. That's for strangers. That's for strangers. No.
Listen, these cats always make us feel make me feel at home. I love it. I love it on the parties. It's at a weird night. It make it hard for me. Like weird for my schedule, but I love it. I love coming down there.
We love having you.
You know,
they do a Tuesday night at DCR, the downtown cocktail room. And what's it been? It's been a little more than 2 years now, right?
Is it really?
This will be 3.
A little over 3.
Little over 3.
We made 3 in March.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't really celebrate it. We were just waiting. Wanted to like a little headliner thing.
Maybe end of the summer.
Yeah, probably end of the summer. probably get more people together. Her birthday as well, so we'll probably end up doing that for the anniversary instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe there.
Speaking
man.
of headliners, though, who do you guys have there? I mean, let's go ahead and
We've got a
smoke.
grip up here.
A
We had
few
that.
people came back too. We've had Saeed was actually the first one.
Saeed
Noonan did our first headliner gig. He's a good friend as well, so he was.
He's did a couple
he was
times,
in, he's been there a few times for us. Oscar L, Ron Costa, who's also coming back to Vegas to play for Tacos and Beer Mantra,
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night here in Vegas.
Make sure you're there.
Yeah, so check that out if you guys are in town. We've had Danny Cribbett as well, house legend from New York City.
New York City.
We've had Quiver,
Quiver.
old school legend as well, more progressive on that end.
Miguel Bastida.
Yeah, we have new guys like Miguel Bastida as well. Brian Sid.
I saw a duo in there.
David
Who's the duo-
Herrero,
who's the
so
duo
many.
you guys had?
Oh, we had the Cube
Cube,
guys.
yeah.
These guys were
Yeah,
amazing.
One of those guys?
So
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
Those guys were so
Cube
much
guys
fun.
were actually really awesome.
Yes.
We would like
See
to
what
bring
you
them
did
back actually. They were a
Yep.
lot of fun. They have a lot of energy.
Yes.
Said's a lot of fun too. I mean, everyone we
Patrick
brought.
M.
Patrick
Don't
M.
forget Patrick M.
Hugo Bianco.
Casey Beets.
all of you guys.
One of our residents.
Yeah.
Our resident. MFRE. Those of you who know.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So it's been good.
House is
We had
fun.
Oscar G.
Oscar
last
G.
summer. We're
Yeah.
big Miami fans. I'm from New York. She's from Miami.
Yes.
So
I didn't know you were mine.
yeah.
Yes.
So we do a lot.
Miami
Of,
rocks
we
out
do a
there.
lot of East
Miami
Coast
jams.
stuff.
Yes. So that was one of our big bookings. We thoroughly enjoyed that.
That was a good one. A lot of tribal, a lot of East Coast, Miami. Cuban
Felt
flavor.
felt like home.
Yeah.
Felt
That
like
was
home.
a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, the East Coast is a little unavoidable.
Yeah.
Well, especially in the beginning.
Well, yeah, because in the beginning there was still East Coast.
Yeah.
Still East Coast.
Yeah, I'll play in Miami this summer. I'm going down there. I got a couple gigs lined up. I'm excited. I've been there a long time.
Yeah,
It's,
Miami,
I love it.
Miami's awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Miami's
Yes.
New York with palm trees. to
It's,
me.
I call it Atlanta with linen.
That,
You gotta have.
I
You gotta have.
actually
You
like
got.
that one too. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, but
But you need linen in Atlanta too.
I can see that. Yeah,
I mean, it depends on when you came up on Miami, because to me it's linen and espadrilles.
Let me take you back. I was at Club New in Thompson.
Wow.
Talk about aging yourself.
She'd know that. She'd know that one for sure. She'd know that one for sure.
Excuse to you, Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, she should have been Miami one. Hit me with New York. Tunnel like my
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so you're born and raised in New York. When did you come here?
Here comes the whole thing.
August 2007, I moved here with Gary Stewart Audio, GSA. Rest in peace, he passed away in 2012. We're doing nightclub sound systems. And he decided he wanted to move and keep me working for him, so I ended up coming to Vegas in 2017. Never visited before, never been here.
2017.
2017, 2007.
Damn, this is
So I've
Back to
been
the
here-
Future.
No
Like,
more
wait.
So I've been here 20
One more.
years. 2017.
Oh no!
This,
Keep going.
this isn't Rob Alon.
And we apparently need another shot.
Oh no. Yeah, that all started in Vegas. Yeah. If anybody knows what that means,
We'll leave it at
I
that.
never drank in New York. We'll leave it at
I think we cracked that code.
that. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Mystery song.
Who needs a liquor license?
God, man, we should do this twice a month.
I know.
It's coming to that. Hey, David Serrano, how you doing, buddy? I know you're there.
Yeah, I mean, I until I get me an intern, I can't monitor that shit at the same time.
Well, that's what my
Yeah.
job's for. Filler.
Huh?
Filler.
Yeah.
Filler. Listen,
That's the weather.
the only
Going in for the weather.
reason I got this job, this sidekick gig, is that my studio is presentable. By presentable, I mean awesome, and I can feel dead air easily.
Yeah.
Breathe,
Definitely.
grasshopper, breathe.
Quiet.
Oh man.
So you came here 06, 07. How long you been here?
I came here in 2001.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Why have we ever met?
I don't know.
No,
I think
seriously.
because maybe at the time well, when I started dating him, I was kind of done going out. I was I was at Whole Foods every day. I was at Whole Foods.
Chris Rock, New Jack Swing.
Keep calling me.
No, I really was. I was like, Whole Foods, working out, staying healthy.
Boring.
And then we started so,
young stuff.
once again, obviously, I loved house music. I did all that. I'm just a little older. We're not going to go into that, but I am a little older. And yeah, so.
I do play too, so it's a little different.
Yeah, so.
I'm just more involved in the nightlife than she is.
Do we have room in this to talk about your other project?
My what? Singing?
Well, I mean, as far as okay, yeah, what makes you who you are?
Because I enjoy it.
I mean, because the thing is that she's not just
Eric Flash. You better stop.
The girlfriend of the dude that started Cymatic.
She's not just the host.
Yeah, she's not just the hostess.
That's usually a tag for someone that's doing nothing.
She's also a vocalist in her own right. And she does the damn thing. And is that still a monthly thing?
We kind of have taken a break from performing out. We're actually doing more private parties once a month. So, yeah, but for about 4 or 5 months, we were doing maybe 4 or 5 person performance. But yeah, now we're doing more of a private setting.
You know how I knew she was good? Because I'd never heard her talk about it. And then all of a sudden, I get the invite and I go. And unfortunately, only one, I was like, oh, shit. Okay. All right. She's singing stuff that, I like. I mean, obviously, old R&B and stuff. Right off the bat, your head, but she's doing it well. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes complete sense. Because she didn't say one word about it. Not to me, anyway. And it just came out and just handled her business.
Yeah, I managed to catch a couple of them. One regular event, one private event.
Well, look at you.
And they were both pretty fucking badass. See, I almost said the A word. I called myself. Are you about to say awesome? No.
Awesome, dude.
You might. You might.
You're lying. You're fucking awesome.
Robbie, you're in the studio too, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I have another production spot at home. I took some of my gear over to my buddy Tomas's place, who's also a resident of ours at DCR.
Sushi Sisters in the building.
He's part of the Sushi Sisters, Rue and Tomas.
I love those guys too. They make me smile to myself.
Yeah. Tomas is actually a badass engineer. He's my nerd.
Must be nice. I'm a nerd.
I love anyone who's just better than me at stuff. Like I'm also an audio engineer, and when I see someone with just way more talent than I have to give them respect. And I kind of want to be around them, so I kind of learn a little more.
That's the weirdo factor.
They're that good.
I couldn't place it.
Yeah.
I couldn't place where your weirdo factor was because there was a touch, but I said I'm not getting it. You're a real engineer. That's the weirdo factor.
Good. I'm like, you know what? He's badass. I need to stick around a little more and check him out. And he's actually really, really good. I ended up bringing some of my gear over to his place so we could work together. He's been helping me out a little bit.
So let's talk music. Where you at?
Right now, just working on a few tracks. I want to have at least
a body of work,
a little catalog ready so I can start putting stuff out. So then I can work on new stuff as those are going.
If it hits, everyone's going to want more. Then you're going to be looking.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be overwhelmed. I think I want to be ready.
Smart.
Plus, it's not just house music or techno either. Because I engineer, I love cartoons. I like doing post-production.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah, so
did not see that coming.
Post-production because you can exaggerate. I can exaggerate with sound effects and things like that. So,
which he loves.
I love that you just shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah, so basically I can just do whatever I want. So it's just kind of awesome.
That just made my day.
Your finished product.
That's awesome.
Or recording in 5.1 or something like that.
Which is a whole other bear.
Yeah, and it's not like music. When you're doing music, you're listening to your track over and over. When you're recording a post-production on 5.1, you're working on just different sections.
Yeah.
You don't get to listen to the whole thing at once until the end almost, and then you mix all the stems together of everything, of all the.
You're kind of imagining how that's going to sound.
Yeah. And then once it comes together, it's like a big surprise. It's like you actually just did this.
When you're doing post in 5.1, you have to make what people are looking at make sense. So if the car is coming from left to right, you want it to go.
Yeah, you still want it to pan across and do
Right.
things like that. If there's a rope spinning, maybe make the rope go around all 4 speakers, or things like that.
Do you ever get too much into yourself? Like I do when I'm like, oh, make this hat pan around this way and then go up this way, and then I'm like, oh, okay, dial it back, Mr. Holland.
Get too much into yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like when you wake up? Okay, got you.
No, and all of a sudden I get too involved a little bit, and I'm like, this is not going to. It's not going to have the impact. It's not as cool as I think it is on a dance floor. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be missed.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean that could be done in anything.
Yeah.
I have to dial it back a lot of times because, I can go left field on shit.
But then we all
like, seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You just spent 45 minutes on nothing.
You just figured out what you didn't want to do.
You never know. I'm just saying, his dream job.
I would love to work for Seth MacFarlane. So if you're watching this, or anybody on your crew,
Oh, Seth watches this all the time.
you need to hire me. I'll be as funny as one of your cheap writers.
We're gonna tag
just as funny, trust me.
We're gonna tag his ass.
Yeah, we'll tag him in this app.
It's literally his
We
favorite.
can do some good post-production together.
I'm sure they
find
do.
where you live.
We'll give you 20 more years of all
You can do this the easy way. No.
Right?
I hear they're making a 10-3.
Right?
Type 3, huh? Need some help?
Right?
So what else you guys got coming up for Cymatic?
Right now, just a lot of locals. We're doing a lot of local love lately. We pulled back in the winter just a little bit with the headliners. Handling a couple of personal things at home just to revamp things and come back again and do more headliners again. So what we did was, because Vegas, a lot of people don't do too many long sets, or there's a lot of headliners.
Too many.
Yeah, there's a lot of headliners. I used to manage at Republic Audio, and there's a lot of 2-hour sets, 1-hour sets, and they're very short. So I'm being from New York.
I love that you just said 2-hour set short.
Yeah.
You're like my favorite person in Vegas right now.
I grew up watching Danny Tenaglia in New York City.
16, 17, 20-hour sets.
Yeah, Louis Vega and guys like that. And I'm kind of used to just going out all night and watching guys play vinyl for 12 hours straight. So moving to Vegas, I didn't have that. So after a couple of years, we decided to try something of our own and try to bring a piece of home with us and try to do that. So this month we're going to start doing 4-hour sets.
Yes.
Want to see what the locals have, because I'm sure a lot of them
Yes.
have a lot to work with. So I want to see everyone go across the board, across the spectrum, and start
Take us
slow
on a
and get
journey.
high.
See, I read that. So I read that
Small
completely
journey.
different.
Yeah.
Like I'm an asshole. I read that as it's only about 3 or 4 people.
And just so they know, just so you guys know how we are doing it is we put all the names in a hat, and once a month we're going to pull a name, and it will be the last Tuesday of the month, beginning with this month, and the first one is going to be Mindy J.
She's been talking about that. She's been bragging about that like all
Yes.
the. I met with her this weekend.
Yes.
But
So-
granted, she laid it down like she does, but she had no problem laying it down for hours.
So if you don't know,
she has a month to prepare.
yes,
So I mean, this was kind of the thing too, to give whoever we picked a month to prepare, so
Right.
that way they can dig in their crate and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go into my old jams."
Yes.
If I had hair on my arms, it would be standing up right now.
Because Mindy does it proper.
yes, yes, she does.
The
And if you don't
thought
know,
of
you
a
need to know.
4-hour Mindy J set.
Dude,
And I get it. I mean, it's kind of hard for that to translate, being that a lot of y'all may not know who Mindy J is.
Amazing.
But
let me tell you this. It's amazing.
He's
I
going
don't
to
say
use
that about
awesome
anybody.
right now. He's going to use awesome. He's going to say it.
She's gonna handle it. She's gonna handle
I'm getting closer to awesome. I'm getting closer. But yeah, I mean that's I can't wait for that.
it. She's so good. My wife one time said, or no, somebody, I think it was Francesca, goes, "Yeah, Bruno's only there's only so many people that you got listed. There's only so many people that have are either dumb enough, are confident enough, skills enough to want to follow Mindy J in a set. They listen to you and me. I'm like, I don't know who's dumb or who's smart, who's brave or who's stupid, but either way, you ain't wrong. You better put your shorts on, baby.
Oh man, it's gonna be pretty awesome. I know
She
how
handles
she
it.
is when she prepares
Yes.
and stuff like that, and mentally and her music.
Well,
and
she's
everything,
never
so,
unprepared.
No.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good. I want to see what she has.
She's
in store.
never unprepared.
She's
She's
not.
basically gonna set the bar because she's the first DJ is gonna play the 4 hours for us. So
and I'll damn near guarantee you that
she's gonna put it up there
in
for
4
you guys.
hours and 1 minute she will be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
If she goes over that long.
No, I'd say 4 hours and 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
I mean, for the most part, I'll give her a couple of minutes, depending on, but for the most part,
How much ice
she
cream
will
she's
be
eating.
She's
done
precise.
in 4 hours.
She's precise. That's pretty
precise.
And she
It's
will
pretty
go,
precise.
that's it.
Yeah. I call her Digweed, yes.
And I hope
She's like
you
Digweed
enjoyed
back in
it.
the day. Remember Digweed played it's not my best favorite music genre.
Yes.
But I've always respected that guy was such a surgeon.
Yes.
Mindy reminds me of that. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, just, there's no bullshit.
Oh.
No bullshit, Jack.
Well, I mean, I can't really speak to Digweed,
He don't know who that is.
but when it comes to precision, what comes to mind to me is Nasty Nate.
Ooh, we
Nasty
miss you,
Nate.
Nasty.
Miss you, buddy.
Nasty
miss
Nate
you.
is the
You know what?
epitome of precision.
That's exactly the same thing I said about him. I said he reminds me of Digweed. Same will. He's got that kind of that. It's insane how precise that dude is.
I'll tell you, when
Yeah.
he moved from here, it was a huge loss. I felt like it was a huge loss. But we love you.
We'll bring him back,
Of
though.
course
We'll
we
bring him
will.
back.
I mean,
He's
he's
at home.
Where'd he
not
go? Where'd he go?
far.
Utah.
He went to Utah. It's not far.
Can
I'm
we
just
trade some
saying,
people and get him back?
Of course we
Oh,
can. Please.
See, that's what I was looking for. That face right there. That reaction.
You don't have to volunteer.
Oh,
We
yeah.
will round
We
your
will
punk
pick
ass
you.
up.
We will pick you.
There it is.
We're getting evicted out of Vegas.
Big stamp. Conviction.
Oh my goodness
Man.
gracious.
No more alcohol.
but he is it's not
He's amazing.
it's not really about perfection. It's about precision.
But that
And it
that,
comes
that
across.
comes off. It comes off as
It comes across as perfection.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that works.
He's a fucking beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
And,
a reason
and a great dude.
there's
and
a
a great
reason they
dude.
call him nasty.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
I thought it was
Visually
something else.
unassuming.
I just assumed it was something else. I didn't know.
Visually unassuming, but don't let the
He
smooth
just took
taste
people's
fool.
fruit cocktails.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't know what it was.
And we have to say hi to Shane too.
Hi, Shane.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
miss you too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, Mona.
She's like the strength behind
Okay.
it.
It's about 45 minutes. Not bad. Not
Getting
bad.
better.
He's getting better. The drugs are working. Took him 45 minutes to mention Mona.
Not bad.
Hey, listen.
Held off long enough.
Well, you know,
I know.
she's gonna be on the cover art soon.
We don't know who Mona is. She was one of our
She gonna be on the
waitresses,
cover
last
art.
bartenders at Downtown Cocktail.
Always.
No longer with us.
Yeah.
Actually, she
It's
cut
so
her hair.
hard.
And she was awesome, actually. Congrats on that. That's
actually.
pretty brave of you. Pretty awesome. So.
What were you congratulating her on? I stopped listening.
Her haircut.
Oh, I just. I'm sorry.
She,
Well, I
she
don't-
Grace Jones did. Except
I don't
not like a little
really
flat top. Right?
care about the haircut. The haircut to me is a byproduct of who she is.
Oh, she's amazing.
And she's a strong young woman.
Oh my
And
goodness.
She
That was-
is.
that's what I was thinking.
She's-
That's what he was thinking.
Yes.
How about those Yankees?
They suck. No brains.
they
Get your
just
head
may.
out of the gutter.
They just may.
Why am I the only
I-
girl between three boys?
Listen, let me tell you something. Why? Because you're lucky.
Vegas thing.
I am lucky. I'm
The
among
dick to chick ratio
greatness.
is woefully off right now. I'm just
Oh, yeah.
saying.
I'm among greatness.
These special
No.
guys.
I just
Yeah,
want
it's hard to tell how special we are, being that we left our football helmets over on the side.
But I just
But
want
we
to
can
say,
be quite special.
I want to say as someone that is, well, I'm part of this, but I'm also on the outside looking in. I'm the hostess, but I'm not a DJ. The three of you are. Of course, us being Cymatics, you being a resident, and of course we love you, Bruno. And I just want to say that you guys are amazing.
Oh.
I really, three of course, my favorites, and very
It's a fun
talented
time.
individuals.
I love that you guys let.
Thank you.
I love that you guys let me do me when I come in. Because I always am aware of that. The first time I came, it was a little bit techier, and I like. So I got in my head, which I'll tend to do, and think I need to get a little techier stuff. And eventually, I will start going through tracks and go, well, fuck it.
Yeah, well,
They know what I
we're
do.
all about
No.
that.
And every time, you guys always say, "No, just do you." And I
do
know
you.
that's going to happen, but I still feel like I don't want to disrespect the venue.
No.
I
on
think
the night.
being from New York and Miami, the way the scene was there, and like the late '80s and growing up and stuff. And I think we're just used to that, you know.
Well, it's good because everybody's not that way.
I've never worried about you. Never worried about you. You know, I think it's.
I know
mean,
exactly.
You guys you have a very housey mix. I've just never worried about
You guys
either
come
one
from
of
a
you.
different
Yeah.
time.
A different time.
How many ways you gonna call us old tonight?
That's the
but-
nicest old joke I ever heard.
Yeah, but,
You guys are from a different time.
At least you didn't say era.
but hey.
Not my time, just a different one.
You guys walk into the spot and I can hear your knees
another one.
cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
There
Because
is
it's-
nothing
They like
wrong.
Ben Gay to like scratch and mix. Like,
There is
you know, it's like
nothing-
drink Ben Gay.
There's nothing wrong with old school.
Well, listen,
Sorry.
No, I like
But
old
it's-
school.
it's the backbone.
I feel like DJs from the East Coast or West Coast, wherever, I just feel like because you only had turntables in your mixer and stuff, and
Yeah.
I felt it was more difficult to do things, and because you were trained that way, and there was more variety of music being played. In New York, when you went to house parties, people played reggae,
right.
house, freestyle, salsa, merengue,
Yeah.
bachata. They played
Yeah.
everything. So this DJ had to go across the board.
Yeah.
Eventually, you know, that DJ ended up probably picking a genre and sticking to it. And most of those DJs became like amazing house DJs.
Because you're on the wheel at that point. You got the shorts on.
Yeah,
You got the shorts on.
It just kept snowballing into that, and that's what happened to me as well. Coming from that, I got like all the flavors, but ended up just loving house music, and I just kept going with that. I just felt like with words or without words, it can induce just a feeling. And I was like, this is perfect.
Are you saying that house is a feeling?
This is good.
It is a
Yeah.
feeling.
It's a feeling. House is a feeling. It was like when I walked into my first nightclub. That's exactly what I felt. It wasn't. It wasn't even the music. It was being from the Bronx and knowing how that was in the '80s and stuff. And then in '95, going to my first nightclub, Club Expo, Café con Leche on a Sunday. I walk in and there were gay, straights, breakdancers, voguers, and just everyone. And
That's the
everyone,
common story.
Yeah, everyone got along. And me being from the Bronx and everything was, it was rough and everything. And I go there and I'm like, oh, no one's beating each other up because they're different. I'm like, this is great. Like, I want to be here all the time. This seems like fun.
That's the common thread.
This seems like this is the way it should be.
You can let your guard down.
Well, everyone has that
basically,
story.
I let my guard down around everyone.
Instead of worrying about whether or not you stepped on somebody's sneakers.
Or
Right.
you look somebody wrong with. That's the commonality. And 9 times out of 10, I hear a story. I've told a similar story about my first time in the house in Europe. It's always that at the end. And I walk in and there's a 7-foot tall transvestite. There's a guy in a business suit. There's a reggae guy. There's black. There's white. And no one cares.
No one cares.
That's for me. That sums it up for house
atmosphere.
music. That sums it up.
Yep.
For me
First.
and everything I love.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
That's when I learned that part of it, and that's when I kind of chose that. So house music seems to
Maybe
bring
it
this
chose
type
you.
of crowd, so I just kept following that.
I actually listen to freestyle. I've been getting to the deal playing a little freestyle lately. Just,
I mean,
I want to hear
can you
that,
voice if you live in
actually.
Miami?
well,
I know,
or
right?
Atlanta.
I don't want to hear that though.
There's
Or Atlanta, 'cause I've been putting some couple
freestyle
tracks
like heartbroken Puerto Rican music. I'm Puerto Rican, so I don't know.
You
It's
say
like
it's heartbroken Puerto Rican
my
music.
girlfriend.
But that doesn't fall off the tongue.
Yeah.
That genre doesn't fall off the
Oh,
tongue.
we are going to do a skit.
Well, because you can only usually, for me, I found that you can only get like one of those tracks in because of the programming of the drums, and you better have your shorts on because it's gonna get wonky there somewhere in between,
Yes.
and get in and get out of it. But it never fails, whether it's that or an old school booty break.
Mm-hmm.
That never fails to take
So
the
why
crowd
can't it just be a break?
because it's a booty break.
Gotta have
That's
booty
why.
in it. Booty in it.
Because that's always gonna make the
If the
chicks at
booty
the
ain't
floor.
breaking, it ain't breaking.
So
you
the
better
next
have
song
booty.
track, you
You
have
better-
to break
and you
down
better
what
have
constitutes booty.
Yeah. Wait,
Listen, not at Soul Silver Records. We know what booty is.
but don't be getting on the floor if you don't have booty. Trying to do the booty break.
You hear that, ladies?
You hear that, Mona?
I'm just
You hear that?
saying.
If you ain't got booty, get the fuck off the damn
Right?
floor.
I'm just.
No booty, baby.
Well,
Get up and dance.
don't do the booty break. Yeah, just don't do the
don't
booty
cut
break.
nobody
Stay
with
away
the
from
sharp
the
hips.
But that's for me. I've been playing around with that for the past like 6 or 7 months. It's had one either not over top, but like just old school flavor, but
Yes.
a modern booty break track. They're hard to find in conjunction somewhere later in that set with a freestyle track or working that in, even if it's just the vocal or the keys or something that I reconstruct. Because old heads will go, oh shit.
Uh-huh.
Younger cats, somebody will go, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Get away from me, youngster. I'm gonna start getting a spray bottle. Okay. I'm gonna try to think about doing that. That'd be awesome, all right?
Well, I used to do that
Have different bottles, like Youngins, song requests.
I used to do it.
Yeah, different ones. Like, which one are you? Okay, you get that.
Well, when I used to operate camera, like a long time ago, I was doing more camera, and you'd always have somebody sitting on your platform, just like, or just put a hole in the top of a water bottle and squirt it.
I think it'll cut down on a lot of trouble because there's one particular person in the scene, love her to death, but boy, she likes to come up and chat to me. Not in an easy transition. It's like 4 tracks going on, and I got an acapella going or some shit. It's like, now's the time I want to talk to you.
While you're juggling fire.
Yeah, I'm like, this.
Axes on
I
fire.
don't really do that, but that's enough. I'm like, this is not the time. So gotta just shut down that shot.
Well, the thing about it, it's like, even if you don't know what it takes to DJ, if I seem busy and we make eye contact, and I don't like
read the signs,
and I don't automatically respond, give a fuck enough to say, you know what, he saw me. Either he's a dick or he's busy.
Because usually for me, it's like I'm going 6, 7, 8.
It took me 10 minutes.
Come on,
to wait for you to leave the last
you know what I mean? Like it's like a vocal. I know, I
was like, I'm not leaving here without saying bye to him.
That
Obviously,
is
he's
true that day
busy.
too at the Artisan.
I was waiting.
I like playing double dutch. You were playing so good. I'm like, there's no way I can just jump in and say hi to him. I'm like, I want to give him a hug and walk off, but I can't because he's killing it. Like he's such in his zone, and I'm like, I'm gonna break his zone. I'm like, I have to wait till he acknowledges me and feels like walking a foot to the side, and I can say hello because I'm not gonna interrupt him.
My friends were over there looking at me like. Like 15 minutes ago, and I was like,
I'm gonna say hi to him. Hold on, one more time.
Dude, I had people complain.
Like it's been like 3, just one more.
I had people complaining. Like the faithful that like to hear me play, love to hear you play, and they were vocal about that. Like they need to stop. They need to stop. Put you, Mindy, and Roy around the same time. That's like gotta be. You gotta spread that shit. You gotta spread that shit out.
I'm gonna get on that.
Yeah, all together in a row might be better.
But I mean, when you want to level the playing field.
And I get that, but they were complaining.
Keep everybody on.
And that almost sounded like kind of dickish a little bit.
It's almost like awesome.
I didn't mean it that way.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were complaining that they need to fix this. We want to hear them both. We want to hear all you guys. I'm like. So stay here. I know you will.
Well, it's I don't know.
I love that.
It's so much fun though. Like I don't know if it's the amount of time I've been doing it. That there are a lot of things I don't have to think about anymore, and it makes it easy for like the horse blinders to come on. And it's not that I'm not paying attention. People think that they think I don't look up. But I'm using the peripheral, so especially if I got 3 decks going, I mean, I have to monitor shit.
Yeah,
you're paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
Your mind and your hands are on what you're doing.
You're working.
You're working. You're working. Yeah, you're always busy.
I am. And it makes it easier to have the kind of fun that seems to go outward.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people won't be familiar with what I'm playing. Yes. Even if I'm playing, shit that everybody else may have, there's always somebody that's relatively new to house music, and something about
the way
me having fun makes them enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
So I try to split the difference between making sure I'm having fun and hoping that translates.
It's visually pleasing to watch. It's a I get that too. It's fun. You're not just static. Like and that doesn't seem to always be the case with every DJ. You know what I mean? People get a little static and
some people are boring.
Yeah, why do they want to say that? I mean, but
I'm gonna say that. Some motherfuckers are boring.
Yeah. Well, wait.
Some people are really technical.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Some people like to dance when they play. Some people just like to focus when they
play.
But
that's the most political statement I've ever heard in my life.
I actually do want to mention one of our residents, who is Michelet. And if you have not had a chance to come and see
That would be.
It's a must.
Actually, now that she just mentioned
It's a
Michelet,
must.
I haven't called.
Roy is playing with Michelet this Tuesday at DCR
Yes.
for
Yes.
our Cymatic sessions.
Yes.
So tomorrow night, yeah.
So what you will see
I
would
guess I'll be
be
there.
the definition of dynamic
Yes.
when it comes to Michelet.
Michael,
Um,
aka Misha.
And I mean, and it's not really about focusing on that part. It's just, it really is.
It's kind of hard not to.
It really is
No.
who he is.
Yes.
That's awesome.
You know, it's not like
He's a-
dress up. You know, even though it may seem like that from the outside looking in, it's who he is. He's
Yeah.
a great dude.
Yes.
You know, and it kind of like what we was talking about as far as playing, and you know, some people are just
A show.
Yes. It is. a show.
That's
Without
about
And he's
wanting
a
to be.
showman.
Yeah.
And
without
not,
wanting to be.
Just being
Not only
himself
that-
is a performance.
Yeah,
on its own.
'cause I'm not
Just
trying to
being
be a fucking
himself, you know?
spectacle.
Yeah.
You know, if I could play without moving, I would, because my knees would thank me.
You know what they said? They said Mark Twain said that I want to be noticed without being conspicuous.
No, fuck that.
Yeah,
Yes, he
he-
did.
No.
That's the same thing.
No, you don't come on this goddamn podcast quote Mark Twain.
Read a book, motherfucker. Read a book, motherfucker.
You're supposed to be quoting Robert Tucker.
Like, damn, this conversation getting too smart. I like this interview anymore.
Georgia Tech, baby, class of 90.
It's too smart.
Tomorrow night.
It's the
Yeah.
being yourself.
Hey.
I'm going to be out there. I'm going
Oh
to be out there.
yeah.
Because I've been meaning to come see you play
Everybody
that for
loves
me.
Roy Evans.
I pay quite a few people to love me.
That's,
I don't know why.
That's the G version.
So if you guys
Gee.
don't know Michelet, he dresses up in drag when he plays, and it's just freaking awesome. He got the long eyelashes, he just does
That's
it up,
amazing.
makeup,
What's on
everything.
the show?
He's amazing. It's a
He's
show.
New York.
It's a show.
That
on
is
its
so
own.
New York.
He's so New York.
It's so New Yorky. It's something I'm used to, and I was looking for here in Vegas. And didn't really
That was
get
a
it
long
until I
search
met him.
for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really long search for that. There's a lot of hosts in New York City in the nightclubs, microphones, and they're dressed in drag, and they're awesome to watch. They make the party a little
Like
better.
San Francisco in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. It makes the party that much better. And Michael actually doesn't host. He goes behind the booth, dresses up, and plays that way.
That's awesome.
Which is even, it really is, because everyone just stops to watch, and they're just like in awe. Like, this guy's like dressed up in full drag and makeup, and he's playing like amazing deep house music, and like it's
I'm going to get Casey Beats to do that next time he plays
it's
it.
fun to listen and to watch. It's like a whole show on its own. So it's pretty cool.
Well,
That's
his
amazing.
background is he was a performer, and still does do some performances, but he's also a singer and an amazing singer.
baby. She should know.
Yes.
Yeah, we're very big on the whole be yourself thing. Again, I'm from New York. I followed Tenaglia. His party was be yourself and all this stuff. And that's just how it's always been for me. So the DJs we book and stuff like that, we just want everyone
Isn't
to
that easier?
be
Yes.
themselves.
It's easier for everybody.
Just play, be
Yes.
you, and let's see what you got.
We don't
basically.
wanna-
Let's open
Provided
that,
you know
open
who
that
you are.
opportunity.
At
That's
Cymatic,
that's
we never
that's
wanted
topic
to
for the whole of the
dictate.
show.
Yeah, I never wanted to
We
dictate.
never wanted
never
to
did
dictate or.
Well, sometimes because you do a good booking. Sometimes that I feel the need that I need to dictate. So not some events I go to. It's like there needs to be some
Something
dictation.
else that we've done in Cymatic sessions is we've made sure to only put on who we felt was ready to do.
They're
You know
never
what I'm
going to do
saying?
the right job. I mean, not
Here's to
only,
you guys.
not only for us, but it
We'll do
drops
it
back. It drops back to the owner as well. If the owner doesn't like what we're doing, and we don't have an event, if we don't have an event, then
Clearly.
nobody gets to play, and nobody gets a chance to try, and we don't get to bring in a little rookie that really wants to be a DJ. And, all right, I'm going to stick you in there and throw you to the dogs like we did to Sebastian.
Put you in the game. You get the
Nachos,
game.
all right, let's see what's up.
Well, there's something to be said for that, because we
There has
do
to be a
have
balance.
an obligation to cultivate the new talent,
I agree.
but it has to be managed.
It has to be a standard has to be laid out.
Yes.
If not, you're cultivating a mess of shit.
That's the perfect
Yeah.
word.
You know,
Standard.
you got to have a standard.
Yeah, definitely a standard. I don't mind teaching or helping or giving advice or trying to open a door, because I came from that place too, and there were people who helped, and I had to open doors and stuff like that too. And so I kind of want to do the same thing. That I have a chance. We've had our residency for over 3 years, so we basically can say who we want to play and who we don't. So now it's
I do the same thing with the music too. If someone to come to me and they show me that they're serious, and I'll give them advice and stuff, or even someone starting a label, I'm really excited about Frenchie's new label, and him and I.
Caravan.
Him and I would get together and
Frenchie.
pick my brain about some
Yes.
stuff. And like, I don't know it all, but just by the sheer fact of doing it so long, I can tell you the mistakes that I've made, because there was a shitload of them.
Yeah.
And if that's on that tip, if a young guy making music or an old guy, whatever, there's nothing I want more than to be able to say, yeah, that's what this is Vegas roster. Look how many people we got.
Yes.
To
Right.
date, there's only like
Right.
3 people on the label, 4 people on the label for Vegas.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and I want more because I know the talent's out there.
There's a lot of
Yes.
talent in this town that needs to
A
be
lot.
exposed.
Yeah.
We feel like at Cymatics that was part of our agenda too,
Yes.
to try to expose some of that talent that wasn't, playing on the
Right.
strip, basically, because the strip is so concentrated with the EDM and
Right.
the tourists.
Oh, God.
That the underground scene there, it's just irrelevant.
What underground scene? There?
Yeah, basically, So
And we wanted to be a part of bringing the underground back to Vegas, and I feel that we did do that, like with booking the headliners,
yeah,
and
kind of like
we
when we
accomplished
light
that.
this
Right.
fire that was just
It kinda
kind of burning
started-
up because of the EDM and
Right.
the casinos and stuff.
And now there are other crews that are like taking that, running with it, doing some amazing bookings, and
Which is good.
yes,
because we get to
it
take a
is
break.
awesome.
That's the best thing
we
that you
get
can
to fall
do.
back a little
But
bit.
that's the thing. We want to fall back and kind of focus on the locals as well.
I'm glad you guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to let everybody know too, which is
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
because all you can really affect, I think, it's not in this scene or any scene. You can't get the broad strokes. That's not realistic. You got to affect your little your little
your
sphere.
community.
Like whatever
Right.
you have,
Community.
whatever you can affect.
Yes.
If it's Tuesday night down there,
Yes.
you do that the best you can.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
it's Tuesday night here,
Yes.
do that the best.
Yes.
And everybody does that, then it's just going to make the scene
Yeah.
so much better. At least
Which has been
I think
crazy.
so.
The Tuesday night thing's been crazy. We started it. Tino's and the Tacos and Beer and Mantra were doing it too, and we're all still going on the Tuesday night. It's kind of crazy because like the middle of the week.
No one saw that happen.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
New
middle of the
Friday.
week, and we've got DJ Mag articles and just local magazines, bigger magazines, DJ magazines. and
On both parties.
DJ Mag for both events and some other ones too in town after some of the other guys as well. And it's just been crazy. It's the middle of the week.
We all know what
It's
DJ
like-
Mag
It's like
is.
a Friday night. Yeah, about it.
I need
It's like a
to
Friday
give
night
somebody
in
an
Vegas here.
email contact or something.
And it's underground too, which is interesting for being in the middle of the week. It's not a weekend where you would expect everyone to just come out on a Friday and
Right.
Saturday. It's a Tuesday,
Yeah.
and people are coming out, which tells me they're following the music. They're
Right.
looking for something.
And this is
they
Vegas,
want
it's hard.
that. And
Well, I
and
mean,
what
it's
up with the sound.
multifaceted because, for one, it's a Tuesday night in the entertainment capital.
Right.
So
That too, yeah.
So there's that.
Is it
But at
really
the
the
same
entertainment capital?
Huh?
Is it really the entertainment capital?
I don't know. It just sounded really good.
When on the shows and stuff, I can. You can say that. I mean,
If it ain't, it's close to it. Goddamn it.
Oh,
I mean, unless you want to count Disney World.
you think mainstream music is here.
This motherfucker.
They're performing here, or they have residencies here, whether they're DJs or singers or bands or magicians.
But for me,
Magicians, really?
a scene
What magicians
whereas,
are
magicians.
whereas the multifaceted aspect of it, which I find really intriguing, is that everybody in any one particular scene can't only focus on headliners.
No.
And
Or should. I don't think
I
it should.
can only speak from my personal experience. I mean, I don't want to generalize too much, but I kind of have to. So with that said, I came up when a real party focused on local talent, and headliners were extra.
Yeah. House Society.
that
House
was-
Society is a perfect example of that.
Makes sense, yeah.
That was my introduction, and it was all about just like who was there every fucking week,
Yep.
and everything other than that was extra,
Yeah.
not bad, just extra.
House
Because
Society
it-
is a perfect example of that. They're
because-
laying it down like that. It was all residents, and it was the consistency level because you knew.
Talked to him a
Carlos,
couple of weeks
boom,
ago.
boom,
Big
boom,
ups
boom,
to Keith Evans. Talked to Carlos yesterday. Carlos Sanchez, Brian Minogue.
I respect
House
what they.
Society.
I respect what they did with their residents, because you knew there was a level of consistency what you were going to get. You didn't have to like all of them, which obviously a lot of people do. But if you did, for some chance, it was consistent. You knew what to go, what time slot or whatever, and it was always good.
Because it was your night.
It was your night.
And it was your scene. And that's what started that the format of the resident opens and a resident closes.
Got a lot of respect for those guys.
The headliner's in the middle, because the resident knows their crowd. They know how to warm up and hand off like a relay race.
Right.
You get up to speed. You passed off the baton. He does his thing. He blows his load. And then the resident takes it home.
It's like massive dessert right there. With the headliner going off and stuff.
And if done properly,
the headliner really is the cherry on top.
Yeah.
But the meat and potatoes, like
not a necessity.
No, that's extra. That gets all the people that don't come out on a regular basis out because they may like that person, whatever.
Yes.
But as far as that crowd knowing that when I come there on a Tuesday night, I know what I'm going to get. It's going to be somewhere between these lines. It's not going to be completely left field. It's not going to be completely right field.
No ambiguity.
This is something that was built and cultivated.
Yes.
On purpose.
Purposeful.
Purposely.
My favorite F word, forethought.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I got a vocabulary, goddammit.
Okay, if we're counting forethought and vocabulary. You said no books reading in here, motherfucker.
You said no Mark Twain, huh?
Oh, sure. You can
pour some iceberg slim up in this motherfucker.
Don't get me on smoking iceberg slim. I like half my catalog got iceberg slim fucking samples in it. Give me a break.
Our DJ free pit books.
Right?
Good. It's real good.
I got him on tape. If you want some samples, damn, I just said that out loud. Never mind. And poetry slam. Wait for that one.
I also do want to mention the tags because that is something that is something that we did.
I don't have a set.
We gotta get him a set. I don't know how he doesn't have them, but we got them I started as a gift to Rafi when we started Cymatic Sessions.
Aww.
My last name is Laguerre. It's French for the war. So dog tags.
It was,
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
So then we made them for all of our residents, and then we ended up getting them for all the headliners that played, and for everybody.
So basically, everybody gets one.
Everyone who came to support the party, but it was
except white dudes with dreads.
Except white kids with dreads.
But it was every big party that we did, and so we're definitely gonna have to do your tag.
I would love to have it
because I don't know how you don't have it.
Thank you. Yeah,
he has real ones, though. So
he does have real ones.
He doesn't really need our souvenir. Be more like a trophy. Everybody got one, even though we lost.
Thank you, guys. I would love that.
Be more like that.
I'd love to have them, brothers. It'd be great. Listen, anybody. Well, I can say that.
And I do want to thank everybody who has stuck by us, come to support Cymatic Sessions, and come to see our amazing DJs.
We've been around for over 2 years every Tuesday.
It's been awesome. At Downtown Cocktail Room.
It's been a big accomplishment,
I gotta say one thing. You know what I love about you guys? The first time I came in there was after the DJ Awards 2 years ago. I had like 3 broads with me, and you still made me pay. You knew the DJ still made me pay. I love that. She's like, I know you're a DJ, but she doesn't. I'm like, you know what?
Guilty.
Respect right there, Jack. I was like,
that's the dog.
I'm like, you know what? I got no problem paying it because that right there.
Because these chicks don't pay the headliner.
Exactly. Hey, I love that. I love that.
She takes the money at the door because I'll just let everybody in.
We would
come listen. You gotta hear this. That would be me.
Someone would be washing
dishes. I was so happy that
we'd be broke.
I was so happy. I was like, you know what? That's so much respect right there. I said, that's what's up. She goes, nah, I know you're a DJ, but I'm gonna charge you. You charge me half. I'm gonna charge you half.
I'm sweet.
I couldn't do it. There was no way.
But I'm hard when I need to be.
I love it. No, I ain't bullshit. I loved it. I love that shit. Hey, if more motherfuckers would be like that, we'd have more better paying gigs.
It's been good. It's been good. I see the Vegas scene growing. More other crews getting involved, and a lot of consistency going on, which is why I said earlier we were able to pull back a little bit, and everybody else is still booking headliners and doing stuff. We're still focusing on the locals again and the 4-hour sets and more of the journeys and bringing that stuff out. So it's been good.
We should have you guys back after doing that for a few months and see how hear about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that would tie into the whole reason that I jumped onto this.
Yes.
To bitch about the short sets.
Well, also, a side note too, besides the short sets, it's also doing your part by paying at the door and supporting your local artists.
It's a small
and
Vegas scene.
It's small,
It's really small. So all the support any one of the crews can get to continue doing these events counts.
Remember, we're not. No,
You know
we don't
what?
have big
I'm gonna have to jump in.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's about to tell us a new word or crack a book.
I'm gonna have to jump in because
This
here's
is
the
New
thing.
York right
Here's
now,
the
watch.
thing. Y'all motherfuckers have to have.
See, he told you.
You know what? I mean, just like you have these opinions about who we should be having, bringing out, blah blah blah. But when you see somebody post a fucking thread about something,
Here it comes.
coming up, you're like, get me on the list. Like you can't pay $5, $10. That's the fucking drink.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on, seriously. Enough with the bullshit.
Right.
This shit doesn't happen on its own.
That's right.
It doesn't happen on its own. And now I'm not blaming you for not being able to come out on a regular basis. I'm not blaming you when your money's funny. But the bottom line is that you can't expect this to keep going on if nobody's paying at the fucking door.
That's right.
This shit doesn't happen by itself.
Agreed.
My good looks ain't bringing in a headline.
I told you he's gonna go all New York, didn't I? I told you. I said he's about to go all New York on their asses.
Because if you took my looks to get a headliner in, it'll be dry.
Well, the other thing is, a lot of people are putting in a lot of work. Like for him and I, it was us, and then our crew trying to help us out. But like someone like Tino, they have a big crew, but it still takes a lot of work.
moving
They have
parts.
a lot of setup,
Lot
a
of
lot
moving
of
parts.
breakdown.
Yeah.
So you have to support an actor as well. Like whenever they ask for a cover, you should not.
Yeah, I mean,
There shouldn't be an argument about it. You should support them.
Here's the thing. If you
They're bringing
can't,
in great talent.
I'm going to put this in a T-shirt form.
Oh, shit.
If you can't afford the cover, you
Don't
can't say
come.
you love it.
That's right. Ooh, that's a good
You
one.
can't afford to love this.
So stealing that.
That's
You
it.
can't afford to love this.
That's
if
right.
you can't wait to go out, but you got to stop and bring a six-pack, I understand when sometimes your money's funny, but
every time.
like generally speaking, if you can't afford to go out, then you can't afford to say that you love it. You can't afford a fucking opinion either.
It's sort of like we talked about with Marcus
True,
Sneak too. That was, we should have had a lot more people there, but because a lot of people always saying we don't have this or that for house.
But it was solid.
Yeah, it was very good.
Solid. I talked to Mark,
And I think next time,
solid.
it's going to be, because there's going to be a next time. So it's like,
But that's what it takes. It takes everybody deciding to come out at the same time.
Right.
and I was so happy to see that everybody out there. Believe me, it made me feel really good.
It ain't the
whether it was
Jetsons.
about me or not. About me.
It ain't the Jetsons. You just can't put water on and go, oh, vibe.
My vibe, your vibe.
Oh, God. You finally decide to come out and you wonder where everybody at. They were thinking just like you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to go out. I'm not. And then that's, hey, if you got better things to do, more important things, sometimes nothing is more important. I totally get that.
Yeah.
But if you choose to not come out on a regular basis, you can't be mad when there are other people that think just like you.
And go ahead and say it. And if you can't come out and it's posted on Facebook,
Shut the fuck up.
don't say that you're not going.
Right? Private message.
You about to go to New York
There's
again.
a thing called private message.
You don't even need the private message. It's not that big of a deal.
Don't say nothing at all.
It's not that big of a
It
deal.
went well.
If you can't come out, that sucks.
Don't
It would have
talk
been
about
nice
it.
to see you. It would have been nice to vibe out with you. But if you can't come out, don't put it on somebody's thread that's
That
promoting.
might be his biggest
Trying to
pet
get
peeve in
somebody,
life.
trying to get people to come out.
I can see why. It's adding
And
almost
he
a negative
knows.
aspect to
Right.
a positive post where you want people to come out. People are saying they're not gonna because they can't.
Or
So it's not a
people
bad thing
jump
that they
on board.
can't.
The cinema's right.
And it's almost like a
It's
yarn.
okay that they can't.
It's like a yarn. Once somebody breaks the fucking mold,
Yeah, I can see that.
Everybody else.
I potentially, I really don't care. I just like watching him get upset about it.
I can see that.
you know what?
I get it.
I'm a little. I take this shit personally.
I know, I love it.
And
We all have our little issues.
we're
I love
all
that.
invested in one way or another. Now, I'm not a promoter. I don't throw, contrary to popular belief, In the House Las Vegas does not throw parties.
It
I
should.
don't. I'm not a promoter. I'll talk about that in another
Episode.
podcast because something is coming up. But it doesn't mean that I don't empathize. It doesn't mean that I have no knowledge of what it takes to make something go on. I mean, I've been around for a minute.
That's
you
for
know.
sure.
What is you trying to say?
So that's how you roll.
a lot of work.
I think I was pretty precise on that one.
With that said, I take things that don't help. We can debate all you want about whether it hurts or not.
Right.
All I
But
know
it
is for
definitely doesn't
sure
help. Yeah.
is that it
That's
doesn't
valid.
help.
That's
It
valid as
doesn't
shit.
help.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you mean anything bad. Obviously, you know, everyone means well when they say, "Oh man, I wish I could be there." You know what? Say that afterwards.
Right.
Say, "I'm sorry I missed it. I'm sure it was amazing."
Yeah.
If you want to help whoever's throwing that party. Because we can debate as to whether or not you're actually hurting or not, but at the very least, I know for sure that you're not helping.
That was about semi-New York right there. That wasn't a full New York.
No, you know,
He down
pull
that
back a little bit.
Yeah, that first that was full New York. I don't know why he about to go to New York. He did. He said, "Motherfucker." I'm like,
see, that's the difference between just grabbing a handful of hair and wrapping it around and grabbing it. You know, just like when you pull the old the karate foot, the snake moves, grab it around.
For someone that doesn't like Mark Twain or reading, you sure are good at alliteration.
Right.
But I mean, I take the sacrifices seriously.
We all do too.
Everybody that's got those SOs, the significant others that they got to explain why they've been out so fucking long for something that may not be generating income at the time, and you know, it takes a lot of that shit. You know, and that's what pisses me off when people can't or won't pay $5.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's what fucking pisses me off.
Or even 10.
You know,
even 10.
Even 10.
Yeah.
Even 10. I mean, that's
In
still,
most
depending on what you
major
drink,
cities.
that's still a drink.
In most major cities, you're paying. In New York, you're paying 40, 50
20,
bucks.
30, 40 or
It's-
more.
Yeah.
Depending on the hour.
Well, if they-
But there's a reason why they fled from there, because they can't afford to live there.
Vegas is usually where everyone thinks that they're Mr. Papa Giorgio. You know, they want to roll in and get flossed, and I get that. That's every
You can't afford floss.
everyone wants
See a
that,
dentist.
but support the scene.
The only people that should be getting
gets it.
in, the only people that should be getting in for free are the headliners' guests that they wanted on their.
I mean, there's a few people
Yes.
we've let in, even though the price is so low. Like you're paying $10.
I got half price.
Oscar G or someone like
Yeah.
that.
There was somebody big there that
Right.
night too. There was somebody big there that night. I forget. It was the one of your duos. It wasn't the Cube fellas. What's her name?
Cube
You
guys.
guys?
Oh, that's it. I'm just kidding.
Patrick M.
It was somebody else. It was a duo, and I didn't care the way, but you gave me half price, and I'm like,
It was probably Patrick M and Bianco.
it was still cool.
By
I
the
dug it.
anniversary.
I dug it.
Yeah.
It could have been
I
the
got it.
anniversary.
And the thing
Because I run a
It's
business. I run a
always-
business, and I understand it's the nickels and dimes
Yeah.
that gets you behind. Let me tell you, because it's a cut of 1,000 cuts, 1,000 cuts.
And the thing is, it's always to the discretion of the door.
That's why you
girl,
want a pit bull
guy,
on the door.
person.
Good job.
But I feel like when you are a DJ and you're willing to do that, you understand, like, you know what? I would want someone to do this for me.
Especially when
Right.
these headliners come back.
Yeah.
And it's a small place too, and the DJs are pricey, you know. And it's Vegas; they think they're gonna come over here and make some crazy EDM money.
Wrong.
And it's underground. That's not how it's going here. It's a small underground scene here, even though it's Vegas. Play EDM, you're good on the strip.
Yeah.
Underground, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Where we at on time
pretty
wise?
different.
It's got to be like, what time is it right now?
I'm not paying attention to that. But the other side note is what you just made me think of is that if you can't pay for cover,
Go home. Leave me alone.
I lost it just that quick because apparently I don't know if that's
Well, Alzheimer's.
I don't know if it's a threat or not, but apparently
That's the
Aaron Kelly said we don't want to see him in drag.
Who? Casey Beets?
Nah, Aaron.
I do.
Aaron Kelly.
I do.
DJ Black Irish.
One Black Irish in drag with Michelet.
That's almost a
I'm
cliche.
just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Just saying. I don't know.
I would watch
And
that.
we love Black Irish.
You know, I never see
Aaron
a dog
Kelly.
tags. That's where
We
his
love
dog
him.
tags were from. Now I know.
Or Michelet can dress up as a straight guy.
That would be.
And Aaron can dress up
Yeah.
in drag.
I
That I
think
wanna
would
see.
be great.
We'll keep it interesting. Yeah, let's flip it a little
I
bit.
just figured out where his dog tags are from now.
Yes.
Ah.
I don't know
There we
how.
go.
So you was feeling a certain kind of way, like, oh, this motherfucker wearing dog
Actually-
tags. And I know damn well he ain't been in no goddamn military.
Oh, so the Navy.
Oh,
That's wrong.
So we
That's
need,
messed up.
you should have moved.
Yeah.
Listen, Army, that's what we do. We bust balls and talk shit. All right, anyone that's offended, what didn't serve, so I don't give a fuck. The ones that serve to get it.
both my brothers were Marines, so
Oh,
if
can they read?
had some,
Can they read?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
You again.
That looks like a request for me.
I'm really surprised they can
No,
read
no,
it.
not like this much.
Yeah, this much. Here in the Navy.
Yeah, she whispered that shit like the mic didn't pick it up.
Yeah,
That's
right.
fucking hilarious.
She's not the engineer. He is.
Thanks.
I guess
man.
so I cannot
That
do
is
it.
hilarious.
That is not this. Is that this?
I
No.
think that was about
No,
that.
that's not that.
And the round part at the bottom makes
No,
it that.
I'm not.
Science.
No.
Yeah, see, the thing is that, like, as it gets bigger, that's where the
No.
volume comes from.
That's what I tell.
Technically,
That's what I tell chicks.
Oh my god, I don't.
Technically,
Ew.
that's half.
I am so not drinking.
I'm so not going to pop up what's in my head.
I'll put it like this: the difference between that and half ain't gonna make a difference.
That's what I tell chicks.
Say puts it all the way.
I want to say thank you guys for coming through.
Thank
Yeah, it's
you.
all good.
Thank
It's
you
all
for
good.
having us.
And Tino.
Thank you
And
for
I
having
want
us.
to
Tino
thank
for letting us
our
use this place.
gracious host at Juicy Beets.
Juicy Beets. Let's give a shout out.
EETS. Thank you,
to
sir.
Tino.
And this has been the other side of Vegas. What you guys got coming up?
Actually, I'll be DJing here at Juicy Beets the day after my birthday. So Friday, May 26th, I'll be here at Juicy Beets for Tino. He started this new, I think it's called Minimal Beats or something like that. He just opened this place, the bar that we're in right now. So start something new for the summer. See if we can get something rolling. I spun after hours here last week after Oscar L and Nitin. That was really cool.
Is this just like a Latin thing, or what's going on? It's just like a Latin thing. I'm saying I haven't got the call yet. Don't get us started in New Cleveland. Like, what's going on?
Don't forget next week
You said one more,
too.
too.
Wait,
Yeah, that's commitment right
Roy Evans
Yeah.
and
We're
Michelet.
at Michelet.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
night.
Tomorrow night.
Damn, that's quick.
Housing it out. It's deep house. It's funky. It's groovy. It's tribal. It's bass lines. It's a lot of fun. We love when they spin individually or together. It's just amazing. Either way, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Casey Beat and Drag.
I would.
And
pay to see
over
that.
at Tacos and Beer, they have Ron Costa would be DJing. It's a little more techno, so most people probably come do a little bit
It's
of house,
amazing.
do some house early at DCR, get their groove on, get it funky,
That's what's up.
and then probably start heading it over Tacos and Beer, doing the techno thing, which goes a lot later than we
And
do
he
on
goes
a
on at
normal
1.
basis.
He goes on at 1.
Ron?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ron goes on at 1 a.m. We're done at 2 a.m. with our place, so taco guys, their headliners go on later, so we end up emptying our place, coming over. It's all for the Tuesday night, keeping it as a Friday. It's the new black in Vegas.
Hey, this is Las Vegas. We do things different.
Yes.
That's right. And just so that you guys are mindful, you got Techno Taco Tuesday on Tuesdays. You got Cymatic Sessions on Tuesdays. You got Unfiltered Soul on Wednesdays.
Who?
Yes.
Unfiltered Soul on Wednesdays.
I love those guys.
Downtown
And,
Cocktail.
You have Subtle Jewel,
Yes.
that classic Jewel with Jay Handel.
Love that.
And you also have Lenny
Ikaika.
and Ikaika,
Thursday nights,
Downtown Soul.
Also at DCR.
You got Friday Night Social with Carlos Sanchez on Fridays. You have Saturday Night Vibe with Douglas Gibbs.
Yeah, we do house.
Uncle Ben.
And
we
on
do house
Saturday.
at DCR.
Uncle Ben.
And don't forget, you got
Nacho House Sunday.
you got Nacho House Sundays. Matter of fact, we got Stacy Kidd
Who?
next Sunday. Stacy
Yes.
Kidd.
Very nice.
Definitely.
And you also
Dan
don't
Coker.
forget you have Soul Kitchen 14-year anniversary.
Nice.
That's the 18th. The 19th, you got Wally, Steve Sinful, and this guy right here.
Yes.
Matter of fact, that's TBD. Keep an eye out, and we'll be posting that once we get the info. And then, and also, you got Release. And I want to say,
Yeah, I want to know more about that. I need to play.
Release is Aaron, Black Irish,
Yes.
Do you have to play in drag?
and Harry A.
I don't think so.
I don't think you're gonna catch Harry A in drag.
Oh,
That's not gonna happen. But
Downtown, right?
what is that?
yeah, I don't remember the name of the place. I told you I was
Way to bring
wasn't
that
prepared,
up.
goddamn. Because in
But
the
it is
end,
released. It is this.
I'm looking forward to it. We
flyer.
want to support those cats. Just because
Yes.
I love Aaron's like one of my
Especially
favorite people on the
Aaron,
planet.
because he supports
Aaron's awesome.
everybody.
okay, here's the deal. If anybody's been a fan of In the House Las Vegas, you know that I used to post flyers and all that, and I stopped doing that. When I get the info, flyer on release, it'll be on In the House Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ta-da, done deal.
And don't forget the 4-hour set with Mindy J.
That would be
Last Tuesday
that
of the
would be
month.
Tuesday, May 30th, like
Yes.
day after Memorial Day.
Cool.
And
That's
it's
So that's
birthday,
gonna be
birthday
awesome.
this month.
That's actually
You guys are sadists. That's gonna be real
that's
tough.
actually the Club 27 weekend. You guys are going to be spinning Club 27.
I'll be
He's
up the
gonna
whole
be doing
weekend.
4 hours that Tuesday. So
She's paying like $100 that weekend.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
she's
Yeah,
gonna
because I
go
mean
in.
that event alone is like 50
She's paying like 6 hours.
Yeah, she's gonna
She's
go
paying
in.
6 hours.
There's gonna be a lot of house music Memorial Weekend in Vegas, which is
Yeah.
pretty
All you
freaking
gotta focus on is from 5 to 8
Yeah.
at Club 27.
Oh,
Sweet
and
bastard.
one more thing. Oh, two more things. My birthday's May 25th. I'll be playing May
23?
23rd. Yeah. I'll be playing May 23rd at DCR for Cymatic session with Jordan Handel. It's also his birthday.
That's what we
When we're done spinning, we're going to head over to Tacos Tuesday. They have Nick Franciulli
Who's that?
playing their 10, actually, and that's going to be pretty dope. Yeah, that's going to be huge. Nick Franciulli, May 23rd.
The thing about
Yeah,
it,
tacos.
okay, like we're seeing these names. Look up these pages. You know, I mean, that's going to be the best way. I mean, I actually
Yeah.
prefer that you be connected with the source. I mean, I took on a role of passing on information, and right now I'm just kind of bigging up who's doing what. I'm not going to be doing like every week this flyer, that flyer.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
If you're interested, you know, be sure to look up a page, like it, or the DJ's name, whether it be Mindy, whether it be Cymatic
Yes.
Sessions, whether it be Techno Taco Tuesday,
Yes.
whether it be
Fill in the blank.
Subtle Jewel,
Subtle Jewel,
after, which has been having
Nacho
a
House
lot of
Sunday.
headliners as well.
Look these guys up. That's where you get all your information from week to week.
Hopefully.
Actually,
And,
after just had Joey Beltram play
Because
Saturday. That was kind of dope. So just to show you the direction that Vegas is continuing to go.
Nick Fangio.
that was
we're-
too
we're-
nice.
we're bringing-
That's
we're bringing
that's
it
just
to-
way too nice. Vegas is making noise.
Yeah,
And
we're starting
cats
to get
is
heavy
putting in
now.
work, and they need you to come out and buy a fucking drink.
Nick Fangio.
Nick Franciulli.
Sounds like somebody catching like somebody with venereal disease.
You know, whether it be Cymatic Sessions, whether it be Techno Taco Tuesday, whether it be After, these cats are fucking killing it right now. And
Big time.
yeah, I mean,
Big time.
it's all across the board. Release Nacho House Sunday, everybody's putting in work, and this whole I wish they did it like a beat. The bitch, come out and fucking
Have you been to a beat?
drop some fucking coin. You know what I mean? This shit doesn't happen on its own. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for
Thank you
coming.
so much
Thank
for
you.
coming through.
You guys are some of
Thanks
my
for
favorite
having us.
people.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
what's your name again?
Roy Evans, in
Bruno
Las
Browning.
Vegas.
Source of the Records.
Motherfucking Roy Evans.
We are what?
Fucking Roy Evans. God damn it.
Other side of
Yeah.
Vegas, baby. We'll see you next month.
Yes.
We'll
Pick up
see
to
you
Etta's
next month.
mom. You know.
Oh, your mother's watching this? You might have should have led with that.
Yeah. You know what? Don't
I'm
blame
talking about
her.
getting the Nick Fangioni in Rome.
You raised a wonderful woman. Don't judge her for hanging around.
Please don't. Peace, everybody.
We mean well, but we're a bunch of degenerates. I'm sorry.
Peace and love. Pay attention.
Thank you.
Take care. Peace
Love
and
you
Make
all.
it
war.
happen.
And see you soon, if
Oh my
not sooner.
God. Don't say anything that he said was clear because he was.
Somebody's been learning.
Are we clear?